It's Mohim for Boxing Domination, and today I'm joined by Aria Wild, here at the last BKB event.
Yep.
Ahead of a fight with Cris Cyborg.
Yep, Cris Cyborg on the 15th of June at the O2 London.
So, of course, the fight is massive. Cris Cyborg is a legend from the UFC.
Yes, she is.
Can you tell me about how that fight came about?
So basically, Crypto Fight Night messaged us must have been about a month ago, asking me if I want to fight on their show. I said, look, you need to get into contact with my coach. My coach messaged them about opponents, and they were just a little bit slow on communication, so we thought maybe there's nothing there for us right now. And then our good friend Danny gave Peps a call and said, look, we've got a massive opportunity. Do you want this fight with Cris Cyborg? And he at first was like, it's so big, but what can we actually lose? First of all, it's a great opportunity. It's a great test to myself for my boxing. Who better to go against other than Cris Cyborg? So
wow,
but
crazy,
we literally agreed on it about from the date that I've signed the contract to the fight, it'll be 3 weeks.
Wow.
So it's very short preparation.
So, in terms of you getting into boxing, how did that come about, and when did it come about?
So last February, I was ring girling for a local show in Bournemouth, and I was watching the girls box, and I thought, I'm on the wrong side here. I don't want to be walking around ring girling. Like, obviously I enjoy it, it's a part-time job as well, but I was watching the boxing and I thought, I just felt like I needed to be a part of it. And I started doing a little bit of pad work with one of the PTs at my local gym, just doing like some fitness stuff, some drill work. And Peps, my coach, messaged me saying, look, if you want to box, you need to get a proper boxing coach. Your safety's paramount. You know, you need someone to guide you and teach you the right technique and stuff. And I said, well, let's have a session then. Had a session, and that was it. I just fell in love with the sport. Absolutely, it's changed my life so much. Massively.
So obviously, crossover boxing has been wild. You know, we've seen so many people, and even Paige Van Zandt versus Elle Brooke as well.
Yeah, that was
what was your take on that fight?
Do you know what? That's the thing with the fight game. You just never know how it's going to go. You can have someone that's really experienced. You know, Elle Brooke's been boxing a couple of years and put Paige down in the first round, and it's just like you just never know how it's going to go. So after watching Elle's fight with Paige, it's boosted my confidence as well. Massively.
On social media, you know, I saw you was actually preparing with Sadie Raphael.
Yes. Sadie's one of the BKB boxers. She won her fight tonight. Some massive congratulations to you, Sadie. So I've been sparring with Sadie. I've also been sparring with Rena. She's got 4 title belts as well. She's like champion in the Midlands. So I'm sparring with all the right women, like hard women, and not just hard women, women that are technically great, and women that can fight and they can bang as well. So.
What would you say the transition to boxing has been like for you so far?
To be honest,
and the things you've learned from it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at home. I feel like this is something I've always wanted to do. I've just not been able to commit to it. I've done a lot of sports like previously. I'm always training anyway. Like, I'm never like properly in camp. I train like I'm in camp week in, week out. So I think just having the sponsorship behind me that I've got from the sponsors has given me time to step away from business, so I can just focus on my training. And now coming up to a big fight, I'm travelling more for sparring, and everything else can just wait. And then once this fight's out the way, then I'll go back into business and stuff.
And in terms of background as well, I'm going to ask you just 2 more quick questions. In terms of your family background, I got a feeling you're from the Philippines. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So many people say
Thailand,
that.
maybe, I don't know.
So I'm half Chinese, but my mum's from Mauritius, and my dad's white British from Essex.
Essex?
Yeah.
Give me your best Essex accent.
Oh, shut up. I can't. That was horrendous.
Yeah, that was horrible. But anyway, not going to go based on that. Obviously, with the Cris Cyborg fight happening now, just say you've gone past Cris Cyborg. Is there any fights that you've been looking at before the Cris Cyborg fight came about?
I've got a fight in July, which is on the DKM Plus show. That's for a title belt. To be honest, I don't have a specific opponent in mind. I just want each fight to become increasingly more challenging, whether it's a harder opponent or someone who's technically a lot better than me. So that's like that's my goal after the Cris Cyborg fight. Yeah.
And even though I got a little description of exactly what you do, or what you did before, can you tell me, other than the influencer boxing, what do you do?
So I'm a content creator, I'm a micro-influencer on Instagram, I've got an OnlyFans account, I'm also a part-time personal trainer, I model as well, I'm also a mum, and then boxing as well. Yeah, so I do quite a lot, yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, I love it. The thing is, I love everything that I do. It's like one thing's physical, one thing's creative, everything's different, and I'm so passionate and driven in each area. It doesn't feel like work. I just wake up and it's just...
And growing up, did you watch boxing as well, or
I didn't watch, and I don't actually follow a lot of boxing. I don't watch a lot of TV, and although I've got social media, I don't really follow a lot. Recently, I have been following more boxing, and I wish it was a part of my life, younger years, because I feel like if I was to box, at a younger age, then I'll be like, elite, proper elite.
I know I've seen you quite a few times in the bare knuckle events. I think I spoke to you in the last one, briefly, but I wanted to ask you, would you ever try bare knuckle? I know it's a bit extreme, but is that something you want to try?
I've been watching bare knuckle boxing, and I used to scrap a lot when I was younger, so I have fought, bare knuckles, but not in a ring. Now it's going over to BYB. I don't think that would suit my sort of style of fighting, but do you know what? Massive respect for anyone that gets in the ring, especially BKB. It's nuts, isn't it?
It is crazy.
I never say never. Say never.
Even with the Trigon ones, I think it favours the MMA guys more.
Yes, it does. Yeah, this is what I was speaking to my friends about tonight. Having that smaller triangle ring, it favours the MMA fighters, people that like fighting in close, and that's not really me. Yeah.
That is true. And to be honest, BKB, I think it's the usual, it's the traditional boxing rules, but it's the 20-second count where BYB, I think you can grab someone and
you can hold and punch,
which favours MMA guys more.
Yeah, and I think it's like bittersweet, because although it's great for so many reasons going over to the BYB, I think for bare knuckle boxing, it's like what is there now for bare knuckle boxing? You've got BKFC, haven't you? But that's BKFC, ring. So I think I'm going to miss the ring.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing the BYB, but I'm going to definitely miss the ring for sure.
100%. And just lastly, before I do let you go, can you give me a prediction for the Cris Cyborg fight?
Just watch out for the underdog. Yeah.
Are we going for knockout, or?
Just watch out for the underdog.
And that's the interview wrap. Thank you.
Thank you very much.